right in the chamber.
It's all
bro.
good. You know, he said, "Fuck that, boy. You're funny." You couldn't wait to say that. Scott called my phone. You know, it's crazy because I want y'all to know I wasn't ignoring anybody. I'm in Instagram jail again. I have no idea why. I think I'm done like Saturday. I know. I think I know why though.
Was you on there naked again, man?
I think I'm nowhere not. Not this. There might have been Speedos this time. I might have put the leopard Speedos on.
This guy, bro.
That might have did it. The leopard Speedos.
This guy, right? Yeah.
You know. But I mean, maybe I post some controversial things.
Right.
You know.
Right.
One thing I posted controversial. Our president, the great Joe Biden, right?
I don't call him great, but all right.
I mean, okay,
President
great
Joe Biden,
right?
right.
President Joe Biden,
ain't did
right?
nothing great yet.
So he says something that's very controversial, right?
Right.
He says that, you know, I want to say it in his words, right? He says that George Floyd had a bigger impact than Martin Luther King's assassination. So he says George Floyd's death had a bigger impact than Martin Luther King's assassination.
And yeah, in a different way though.
That is no way true. I don't care how you paint it, look at it, media, internet. That is no way true.
Oh, no.
Because you got to understand, they were fighting for liberation. It's a different time of fight.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That wasn't about a police brutality fight.
No.
You know what I mean? It was about you couldn't drink at the water fountain fight. That was a you can't sit at the front of the bus fight.
Right.
That was the whites and the black, was separated to the point where blacks were called colored fight.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't compare that.
Right. Yeah, Martin Luther King is the Rushmore, but I just looked at it in a different way.
Of course you did.
You know, Martin Luther King was assassinated, and George was murdered. So I ain't gonna go too hard on him because I know what he was trying to say, but it's nothing.
You don't
bigger.
know what you don't know what he was trying to say. And please, whenever the picture is painted, I want everybody do not change the picture. When they paint, don't say, I know he meant to put a broom in his hand. I know what he meant to do. I know he meant to put a TV in the living room when he painted.
Right.
No. Even though it's unbelievable that our president of the United States would say something that's out of his mouth very confidently.
Yeah, but he was sus before
Right.
we voted for him.
Right. I think that's why I got in Facebook jail, I think that's why I'm talking on it. You know what I mean? And I posted it on my page.
Before we voted for him. But yeah, I mean, you're right in a very major way. Martin Luther King, I mean, that
It was disrespectful.
I put it this way: what they did with Martin Luther King destroyed generations.
Right, but you can't even put them in the same sentence.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean?
I mean, no disrespect to Floyd, and rest in peace.
Rest in peace to both of them.
You know, but that's a whole nother plateau. But what happened with George Floyd did make a major change.
Okay, it made some changes.
Right.
We understand that because
it brought something to light. Let's put it this way: if the wolf was hiding in the hen pen, right?
Right.
And just kept eating, and you like, damn, I had 123, now they gone. I had 200, now they gone.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, somebody knocked the whole side of the shed off, and they're the wolf with glasses on and big teeth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what happened with Floyd. The wolf was exposed. But with Martin Luther King, you talking about everything that's going on right now. Everything, the kids killing each other, the poverty, real estate, still racism in the real estate area. Everything that started from Martin Luther King.
And that's my point. So that's because in the beginning you started saying, yeah, he had a point, or I'm like, he has.
But
no
I was
point.
trying to look at how he was looking at it.
For what? And that's what we got to stop doing. We got to stop trying to give people
the benefit of the doubt
when we know they're wrong.
Right. But he always was sus, man.
We know
he got
wrong.
my vote because I'm a Democrat. That's the only reason.
I don't care about the Democrat or Republican. I don't do none of that.
And that's a shame.
It's a great shame.
I need to start voting better. I need to start doing my research on these cats.
That's a game,
and see what they can offer me. But that's all good.
I mean, and we have another. I don't even know if I want to mention this, but I'm gonna touch on it. We have somebody that was a very strong figure. I think I'm gonna save it for another show, so I'm not gonna say his name. But he pretty much said that African Americans been pretty much acting like doing what America's been doing, saying pretty much he separated African Americans from Americans.
Oh, you talking about that idiot?
Yeah, I don't want to say it right now because that's a whole. We can say that for another show.
All right, but he is. He
said it for another show.
Ain't nobody paying him no attention.
But that's what I'm saying. But for with these things,
we know what he is.
But we gotta address these things.
He ain't even trying to hide his colors.
Right.
So,
well, that's my whole point. That's my whole point. So I'm not against nobody. I'm just saying Biden said something is incorrect, and nobody had this. That's the part that kills me, right? Mm-hmm. We put the fist up about this, that, and the other,
right? But
then y'all pick a fine time to say, you know what, we're not going to speak up on that. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to challenge him on that and tell him, hey, you know what, you were they were scared to say something and make a big deal about that. You get what I'm saying?
You talking about with Biden or with the other idiot?
Because Biden's still floating right now, right?
Right.
He actually just the other day, right?
Right.
That's how comfortable he is. Mm-hmm. He called the press, a guy from the Fox Press, right?
Right.
Now, you know, I like to be accurate.
Okay.
That's right.
You have to be.
So yeah,
you're in the media.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he pretty much the guy was pretty much talking, and he says, because I didn't really get on this too much, but he pretty much says something to the president, right? After the question, because the president said, you know what, I'm not going to answer any more questions on a certain topic, right?
Right.
So the guy says, okay, fine. He says, you know, is it true? Could you say that inflation could be a political liability for the midterms? And, you know, Joe actually responded, right? And he said, under his breath, but kind of the microphone's on, he said, that's a stupid S.O.B. Our president of the United States
said that to one of his cabinet members.
Yes. No, not his cabinet members. Said it to the Fox Press. You know, when they answer questions
Fox Press
at the White House when they're doing it's during the press moment.
Okay. Who was he speaking to?
A Fox.
I remember which one.
It's a whole bunch of.
Because I don't like Fox, to tell you the truth.
I mean, I don't. It's not about. See, I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Because this has nothing to do with liking.
Right.
You got a president so calm that just also call somebody a stupid S.O.B.
Right.
On national platform, like it's cool.
Right.
And see, that's not nothing to joke about.
Right.
Because you can't talk like that as a president.
All right, let me put it this way. Let me recoil on something. I'm not gonna say that I don't like Fox, because I like Fox in Philadelphia. But Fox got a whole bunch of different entities, and you know they known for doing some things sus. So, I mean, I would have to see the press conference to even,
This wasn't said on Fox. The guy was from Fox. This is on CNN. You can Google this. This is like national. What I'm saying, it's a big deal.
Right.
And I'm saying like this. I just want to go from him saying what he said about King versus Floyd.
Right.
So now he's saying this.
Right.
Like so I'm just saying that.
But why does it matter what media group he's from? See, you put an emphasis on Fox, so I was like, so why? I mean, why was such an emphasis on that media group?
One emphasis.
You was like this guy from Fox.
Well, because I pick and choose, right? Either I'm gonna say his name or I'm gonna say where he's from. I'm not gonna never say both. You know that about me. Okay. So I say I'm not gonna say his name, but I'll say where he's from.
All right, you know where I'm trying to get to? This is what I'm trying to say. It would have was the media person a person of color?
No.
All right.
That's what I'm trying to say. This has nothing to do with color.
All right, well then it's cool.
It ain't cool. It ain't cool.
It's cool.
Everybody gotta be.
I put the president of the United States said to like the other one used to do.
Why would you think that? I didn't say that. Why would you think that? I never said that.
Because I was like, okay, the president of the United States said this to a media member, and the only way you gonna get any raise out of it if that person he spoke to that way was a person of color, because that's the intensity that we dealing with in this country right now.
All right, okay. I mean, I get your point, what you're saying, but like I said, I'm just making a point of how comfortable he is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He's going from one extreme to the next.
And we got friends you know the chick, the one in
Come
the morning,
on, man.
Right?
Listen.
We got friends down there.
Listen.
But
We're not talking
what's
about,
her name?
I don't know. We're not saying names on the show.
Oh my
There's no
God,
need
you
to say
fronting,
names
bro.
on the show.
You know she on the morning.
Who cares?
I do.
Who cares what friends I know in the media? Who cares what friends I know who were on TV and anchormen and channels? That's not my point. Like,
Okay.
you love to do that, man. I don't care who I know.
No, I just thought about her though.
Okay, all right. But that's all I want to say on that.
You
know,
her.
but that was crazy. That I know a lot of people. People know that, you know. But that doesn't mean nothing.
Okay.
You know, he's silly, man. So here's something crazy that took place.
Right.
So in Georgia, there's a supposed to be pastor and his wife, right? They found them pretty much. It was supposed to be a group home kind of setting, you know, but it was hidden as a church. But the long story short, somebody called because they was having, you know, a seizure or a medical situation, and kind of find out the pastor had kidnapped these adults that had special needs.
The pastor
Kidnapped. Had them locked in the basement.
Oh my God.
The charges kidnapped. So they came on the scene because somebody called, and it would look like a church. But come to find out, he kidnapped them. You know, he wouldn't let them. He had them padlocked in the basement. He was taking all their money from the government. They was all getting checks from the government. He was taking all the money from the government.
Was he feeding them?
You know, they didn't say how much he was feeding them.
I mean, did he make sure they had the proper means, like they could go to the bathroom? You know,
they said it was unfair treatment conditions, pretty much, because they were locked.
Wow, man,
because he would like leave the building, go to the store or something,
right?
And they'd be locked in locked. He padlocked them in there.
Oh my goodness, what type of time they gonna give him, man?
That's what
they got to give him some universal time, bro. I mean, the way he took advantage of those people, come on, man.
And pretty much, you know, it was like I said, when they responded, they were just came to respond to a medical emergency.
And he had all the Paraclegians people in the basement.
They said they couldn't get in because he had a padlock.
So, I mean, how did they get down there? How did they know they were?
I'm thinking they had to have a cell phone. They had to have a cell phone.
Paralegions, that's crazy, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, but so
we got some sick people out here.
But my point of bringing that up, right?
Right.
It's him and his wife now in the mix of this. So she's being charged as well right now.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's being charged.
The wife always involved, man.
She's 56 years old and she's being charged, and they call it false imprisonment.
Oh, they gonna get some time.
But don't you think he should step up and just not make sure she don't get charged? He should take the whole bid and not. His wife shouldn't be charged for nothing. You don't agree that he should because
all wives ain't good wives, man. Look, I mean, you don't know what type of relationship they in. If she a good woman, yeah, take all them charges. But if y'all been doing this and she been putting you through stuff, she on her own.
What is a good woman, please? What is a good woman?
A good woman?
Yes. What is a good? If she's a good woman, it's like, hey,
they come every 1,000.
Okay, man. So you're not a good woman. So guess what? We both going down together.
Yes.
Like Nino Brown. Yes. I'm pointing everybody out, and you come down with.
It's people in relationships. They just, they making it work.
But they had nothing against. She just lived there, and that's the pastor's wife.
I mean, look.
Kind of find out. I don't know if he's a real pastor.
If she was a rider, then all right, he should ride for her. But we don't know their relationship, so therefore
it don't matter the relationship.
I'm going to say no. We both going to jail together.
Man, that's terrible, man.
That's
terrible.
what I'm going to say.
That's terrible.
If I'm going, you going.
That's terrible, man.
Was we both cooking in that kitchen?
But
was her hands in that pot?
Because here's the thing. You don't know what he told her, right? She's probably thinking, oh, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, everything's great.
But you said they was in it together.
No, I said they said they're in it together.
But you don't know.
She lived there.
Oh, well, she knew.
No, I didn't say she didn't know, but she don't know. I'm saying
that's all that matters. She knew.
To what
extreme? She
extreme?
Didn't have all them people in her basement and didn't know they was down there. Think about it.
Correct, but she probably didn't know. She padlocked them either and locked them.
They was crying. They probably was screaming. They was scared to death. Come on, man, and we ain't gonna talk about the smell.
I can't say that.
She was in. You said
I can't say it was scared to death. I can't say that.
They was kidnapped, bro.
Right, but there were special needs. You know,
So they were scared to death.
Special needs, and they were getting a check from the
worse.
government.
That make it worse, man.
And they were adults. And his thing was, you know, he didn't want them to do anything while he wasn't there, so he put him there and locked it, so that way they could.
The wife knew. She knew. We going down. We getting on this boat together, babe. Sorry.
So you would make her, pretty much.
I'll probably make her try to flip it so I can get the less charges, because I'm the mastermind. If I get out, I'm gonna get her out. I just got to get out and make some moves.
You ain't making no moves on that. I don't care what moves you try to make. You can do all the moving you want. You can do all the Michael Jackson moves. I don't care what moves you try to make. They come in and get you for that. You know what I mean?
Look, if I get out, I'm going to flip a few
you ain't
things.
Getting out. You going to get...
And we going to work it out.
They get you for false imprisonment and you was taking their money.
She'll be all right. Their money. She'll be all right in prison. She'll be all right.
All right, that's fine.
It's easier on women.
I thought you were gonna say, yeah, you know what? Let her go. I'll do the time. I'll be the man. Because my thing is, a lot of times women just stand by the men and they get caught up in the situation. And it's like, well, you know, she don't know all the details all the time. Sometimes she don't want to know all the details. That's what I'm saying. She might just kept her mouth shut. But
where these women standing by their men? You must live somewhere different.
So you saying women don't stand by their men?
No, they don't.
Wow, what world you live in, man?
I don't know.
Do wives stand by their husband?
I'm living in a raunchy world.
Do wives live by their husband?
75, according to statistics, 75% of them don't.
Statistics. Wow, man.
Yeah, they percent of married women cheat.
Okay. All right. So
I'm just giving y'all the raw truth. Don't look at me. Don't look at me like that.
Well, well, you know my transitions. Since we talk about women, right?
Oh, here we.
It's on Hugh Hefner.
Okay.
It's called The Secret docuseries, pretty much. It's called,
okay.
It's like now the Playboy bunnies are speaking out and saying, yeah. They say they took advantage of them, right?
After the man done passed.
After he passed. See, that's my point. Rest in peace to him. That's the point.
Rest in peace to him, man. Yo, Hugh, man.
So he's
some of them magazines, bro, got me through.
He's known from the Playboy mansions and having the Playboy bunnies, but now they're saying some of them are speaking out and they're saying, well, he took advantage of them, he gave them drugs, he forced them to, he had them.
Let's speak about taking advantage.
He had them, do orgies, all type of sex things, orgies, and the trip thing is now the one is trying to say that he was doing something with her dog.
I believe that.
She went that far to say he was doing something with a dog.
That's disrespectful because he ain't here to.
He's not here to defend
himself. Right. So I ain't even gonna speak on. But they said, okay, all right, you took advantage of me. You put me in a mansion. We got maids and stuff. We got swimming pool. I could drink what I want. I could eat what I want. I could wear what I want. You buying my clothes. Oh man, you taking advantage of me. Oh my goodness.
And that's kind of, and this is one of the thing is, this is one of the newer ones.
And he put them in cars. They could either jump in the limo or jump in one of the private cars. Come on, man.
So we know this whole thing started in '53, and the woman that's speaking out, she met him. He was 50, and she was pretty much 18, 19.
Right.
And she wants to keep saying that, well, I was underage.
Shut up.
Because
tell her to shut up.
Because given the
they gonna get mad at me.
they supposed to get mad at you. This is the Billionaire Radio Show.
Tell her to shut up, please.
Right. But what do you think about that? Like, do you think she's trying to get attention?
Of course.
Do you? Because do you really think they were held against their will, where they could leave anytime they wanted to?
No.
They was hanging with celebrities, dealing with celebrities.
They knew what it was. They knew he was an older man that was in the business of incorporating younger women, and that he could change their life. That's the only reason they tried to meet him or know him in any type of way. Now, once he introduced them to the situation, which was the castle they was living in, they was loving this stuff, man. Come on, swimming pool, tennis court, all that. Come on, immaculate. You seen the mansion, you seen the Playboy mansion.
And a lot of them were,
they was sleeping on silk sheets and pillowcases. He would have private the cosmetologist women come through, do they makeup in their hair, and shoes everywhere. Come on, man, clothes.
Her thing was he got in their minds and made them think everything was okay. Like that was, but I'm just letting you know this docuseries started yesterday, actually.
But that's what pimps do.
And it's like 10 series.
Pimps,
10 series.
that's what pimps do. They get the mind because everything else will follow after that. You grab their mind and their body will follow. Trust me, and do everything you want it to do.
I just feel like, he died in 2017. I feel like now it's like, okay, this one or few, they just trying to get the fame light.
Yeah, that's all.
They missed the fame light.
Yeah, they can't get no money out of this.
Because the older ones aren't saying too much like that.
Oh, so are they trying to sue him in the graveyard?
Nah, I don't know what the point is. I think it's.
So why even bother?
I think it's somebody trying to get a check.
They could have left that alone.
Somebody definitely trying to get a check. Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, they could have left that alone.
And the interesting thing, real quick before I get into the next, right. If y'all new to the channel, Billionaire Radio on YouTube, like, comment.
I'm waiting for her to put the sign
share. Up. No, we ain't gonna wait for that, man. Share, subscribe. I'm already a move, man. Like, comment,
lazy
share.
Over there.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. But so this, and they were just saying how also what came out was that, because Playboy and Maxim, they pretty much a joint at the hip if it's the same, and models are paying. These names were paying money to be on these covers. A lot of these people, just like where these people come from, they had wealthy backgrounds, or they had the money to put the 10,000 or the 12,000, or some even 15,000 up to be on the cover.
Of what?
The Playboy magazine.
Oh, okay.
And the Maxim magazine. Right. And some people are now they want to sue and saying that he put them on fake covers.
Oh.
Saying they put them on covers from different countries that don't matter.
Nah, Hugh. Hugh wasn't doing that,
That's what they said. They said putting them on different covers.
I ain't never heard of them being in tax trouble, So.
Not taxes. They said, look, I paid to be on the cover, but my cover's over here in India somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. He trying to get the underload, though. He trying to get that under the table money. Like, come on, man. Nah.
But I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but it's too big of a.
You still on the cover. Everybody can't fit. It's 12 months out the year.
Right.
There's only 12, episodes. It's gonna come out 12 series. So you can't get 12.
You can still get the promotions.
So you got to get them on different covers, the Maxim covers, because sometimes you guys are like, where these girls come from?
Right.
And the one girl, she said she had a wealthy background. Some are fine. They agreed what they paid to get what they got.
Right.
Because you got to pay to play is what they call it.
Right.
And nothing is free on that level.
Yeah, because you could travel the world.
But I think you should pay to be on some of those magazine covers. But that's how they were making their extra money too.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who you are too. I mean,
it's the value of it.
If you big, they gonna put you on. But yeah, I mean, it's two parts. Where you pay, right, and where you pay, but you pay with talent,
right.
So if the girl got talent, they gonna do everything for her because they know they gonna make the bread. And then it's the girl. Okay, give me 10,000.
Well, if you got your name already, it's different. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have a name,
it's all a flip.
If you don't have it, even if you have a name, sometimes people still pay. I think it makes sense to pay.
Wow.
That's just me. That's a good old Playboy. But they trying to say now that they're not doing that anymore. They're trying to say now whatever Playboy, whatever Hugh Hefner did, they're not going to do that anymore.
They lied with the pad.
They
lied with the pad.
You mean Big Arm? But the whole thing, when I told y'all a while ago that Cardi B was she was accused by the blogger.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can say her name now because she's all out in the, Tasha K.
1.2 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
coin. And that's why you gotta say allegedly. When you guys are talking on platforms, you accusing, you gotta say allegedly.
Yeah, that's a lot of coin.
They said, and they proved, it said it lasted 1 week.
Right.
And it was just like that. 1.25 and 250,000.
Cardi had them
in her medical bills. Cardi said she
had them briefs.
Cardi B said at one point she felt like she was going to commit suicide. She said that on the stand. Right. She said because it was that much depression with everybody coming at her. Because she said she was a prostitute and she claimed her giving STIs and all this type of stuff. Wow. So she said it was it was a big deal with the damaging that went with that. And so at the end of the day, 1.2 million she got to pay. this small blogger,
Damn.
Well, not even blogger, I guess, whatever podcast, it's going to see how it's going to go now because you lose a lot of credibility at the same time.
Yeah, but she's going to be depressed. All that money,
oh, yeah.
All that bread.
You got to pay that. But I like to take my hat off to Cardi B because she stood up to that situation because a lot of celebrities go through that all the time with these, podcasts, and they make up fake things to try to get a buzz.
Right.
And nobody ever sues them or challenge them to that point.
All right, well.
And so Cardi B says, nah, enough's enough. We're not doing this.
I mean, well, now you know what to do.
We definitely not doing this.
I mean, you got the work, you know what I'm saying? You got the lawyers, you got the team, you know what to do.
Shout out to her for that, man.
What's up with
I appreciate for her for
Nick
that.
Cannon and Kevin Hart giving $15 million to Philadelphia private schools?
You think that's a good thing? I think that's biased. I feel as though private schools already have money, so it should be given to the public schools.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was.
So and I feel like it's all a stunt for just to have a, something in the media like they're doing something for us.
Well, all right, but do you think that make them look bad, man? It put them in a dark light.
I don't really think nobody cares, really.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because it's like
because it's education.
No, you said private schools. You didn't say public schools.
No, I thought it was going to public, and then I found out that they gave it to private schools, and I'm like, private school kids are privileged. I thought y'all was looking out for the underprivileged people, but it's all a tax write-off anyway. So, but I would like to sit them down and ask them what they was thinking about by giving it to the private schools instead of the public schools. I mean, what was y'all trying to accomplish? And then you got people like, they can do anything they want with their money. It's their money, they can do anything they want with it. Like,
it's a business deal, but I think I don't know. Like, when you talk about those topics in education, it's controversial in itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you got paid education, and since you want to talk, when you deal with paid education, a lot of those people they have to, like those private schools, they actually push the kids through,
right?
Because they have to show their numbers of success. I can't think of the name right now, but there's a word for us though that shows the level of success for the kids, the percentages who are doing good and who have passing and good grades.
I mean, I had my kids in private school, and like a lot of my children's friends, man, was like, I thought they was gonna be future presidents and everything else out here, lawyers, doctors. I mean, these kids, the education that they get in these schools is, I mean, I'm talking Crown Victoria, I'm talking Escalade, I'm talking about my kids' friends, man. I wish all the kids was like that, man. I really do wish that.
I can't say I wish everybody like that, but like I said, they gave it. I guess you got to ask them why they gave the money to the private schools.
Yeah, I would like to. I would love to ask.
But maybe the
Kevin
public
that
schools.
Question. I mean, catch him up by the cheesesteak spot and like, why the private schools, Kev?
But maybe the public schools. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, maybe it was certain kind of private school. I don't know. Like that's something. That's a slippery slope. Yeah, I couldn't tell you about that.
I'll catch up with him.
You must have a mind.
Say it with your chest.
Was that a moment? Was that a moment to get a highlight moment to get on the
little?
show?
No, I ain't gonna say that.
It's like you want to just.
I ain't gonna say that.
I don't know what that means.
Everybody.
All right, but
like that.
Okay, so what's interesting? Your girl Kelly Price.
What's up with it?
You haven't heard of her? So your girl Kelly Price, right? They were asking her about the whole fat shaming thing, right? Because they're trying to say that fat shaming, has something to do with, artists being upset, like Lizzo, for example. Everybody know I'm not a big Lizzo fan, but she does what she does. And I'm gonna say, so Kelly Price, she has about 30. She says the fat shaming did not. They was telling her because she's so big, she won't be successul.
I can't tell.
No, that's what she's saying. She's saying the fat shaming didn't even affect her. She had 30 platinum albums.
Man, I think she done gave a lot of big women confidence, bro.
Right, and so the whole thing is, if you have talent, you can't be denied. Period.
Come on, man. They tripping, yeah.
So do you agree with that? So let's just say fat shaming doesn't affect the industry. Can we agree with that? That is like, if you think fat shaming affects, that means you just aren't a good talent.
Did it affect Biggie?
No, we're talking about women.
All right, well, he was fat.
I meant as far as women, not men. We saw a whole lot of big artists. I'm talking about, we got two more. You go back to Chubb Rock, if that's the case, but Heavy D. But I'm talking about as far as women.
Yeah, and that's discrimination.
Matter of fact, you go back to Sugar Hill Gang.
That's discriminatory.
You know what I mean?
There.
Big Bang Hank. So I'm just saying. But as far as women, do you agree with that situation? Do you agree that fat shaming really doesn't matter?
Nope.
If you have a talent and you have a voice,
it doesn't matter. You'd be surprised how many men love plus size women, bro.
And that's interesting you said that, because
when I cut you off, I really think the scale is really tilted more towards the thicker plus size women than it is really towards the petite women.
All right, well, I'm leading up to something.
In my case.
I'm leading up to something because that's an interesting thing, because pretty much that's what they were, Ron Osley told her that. Right. She says there are more women like you in the world who are not like you.
Right.
So that helped her, as far as not.
Man, I love plus size women.
But here's the crossover, right?
What?
You got like an Ari Lennox right now, right? She said, I want to be dropped off my label, right? Okay. She was signed to Dreamville, which is J. Cole's album, his label, right? That's about, I guess, that's 2017 pretty much, right? She's doing her thing. 2008, 2009, she came out doing her thing. 2017, she on Dreamville, doing these projects. She did an interview, right? And you crack me up, but she doing an interview, and in the interview, now, for those who don't know, Ari Lennox is very sexually explicit with her music.
Right.
You right?
Right.
So in the interview, there's a guy over there, Southwest Africa,
right. Right.
And on the platform, he asked her, "Are you getting F right?" Right? So
that's wild, boy.
But she gets upset about that.
She should have.
She should have got upset.
Right. She should have.
But
she had every right.
But but her thing was, because I talk about sex doesn't mean you can just come at me any kind of way.
Of course not.
But
he don't know her.
But she talks sexually explicit, and that's what he was saying. He said, in your own lyrics, you said this. Of course, she didn't remember it, so they're trying to say that somebody wrote her lyrics for her. It's another whole thing. Right. Because she don't even know what's in her lyrics if she's singing them.
Right.
But if an artist talks sexually explicit,
right,
is it okay to talk to come at them in a sexually way if they're talking that way? I'm not talking about anything illegal. I'm not talking about taking no cookies. I'm not talking about the rape culture. Let's clear the air. I'm just saying in general, what these women expect. If you talk about sex, doing this, sucking this, and doing that, what do you think your response and your fan base is going to be? And
it's going to be a bunch of sexual people just like you. But that dialogue has a time and a place. You can't just feel like because she's speaking like that you could just disrespect her in any type of way. I mean, she's still a woman, and you got to show her some respect. If you want that part of her, listen to her music. Go buy her music.
But is she respecting herself? If she's this is where I feel as though it gets like a slippery slope, because you're saying respect the woman, but she's not respecting herself, right?
Why?
And a lot of different platforms.
Why is she not respecting herself?
And because of the lyrics and what she's saying.
That's how she feel.
Okay, I guarantee you wouldn't want your daughter to listen to anything Ari Lennox is singing.
I know, but that's
what I'm saying.
That's choice.
But that's what I'm saying. So if she's talking this way explicitly, right? Why is it a big deal? And trust, a lot of platforms, they talk about sex and ask artists and celebrities these kind of questions. So why do you think she got offended? And she went to the point she said, "I want to be dropped off my label." She said, "I be dropped off my label." Right.
So somebody at the label disrespected her like that?
No.
Well, why does she want to be dropped off her label?
She says she felt like it should have been edited, and the label didn't step in, it didn't intervene.
Questions. So she's trying to get off that label. So she just wants some money. She making that crowd, and then they're gonna cut her a check, and everything's gonna go away.
I don't think so at all.
I do.
Because it was a regular interview. It's like if somebody set you up with an interview. Like if we had somebody come on the guest right now, right? And as crazy as you are, as we know, right?
Right.
And you said, "Hey, listen, how'd that cookie thing, right?" And then she gets upset and says, you know what, I'm never going to Billionaire Radio again.
I'm not talking like that to no woman like that. Bro. I ain't got to say much to these women, man.
I'm not saying you got to say much. Remember, this is hypothetical, so don't pretend like this is a real situation.
I just use the baritone levels.
Right. But I'm just saying, but do you agree with that? Like, so you saying you can't talk to them any kind of way? I'm
saying that I won't, and I don't.
So even though she talks about sexy explicitly doing this and doing that,
I got to stop them from talking like that.
Right, but I'm talking about an artist with lyrics and talking sexually.
Right.
And of course, if she's interviewed on platforms and you have a sexual catalog of music talking about sex, why would it not be okay to ask you about
ain't nobody disrespect Prince in that manner?
We're talking about the women.
All right. Foxy Brown. Why ain't nobody ever come that out?
Everybody asked Foxy Brown those questions.
They did?
Yes.
Lil' Kim?
Come on, man. Lil' Kim loves those questions.
Okay. Cardi B?
Cardi don't care. That's what I'm saying. So why do you think this person is so flipped out?
And I ain't even mentioned the girl that just got her degree. I mean, they all talk nasty.
And Meg Thee Stallion just dropped a new single with somebody.
I mean, they all talk nasty.
Right.
They all be in some freaky
stuff. But they laugh and joke about that.
But if I met them in person, that ain't the first thing I'm thinking about going to come out my mouth.
It was a whole interview. It was a whole interview. But what I'm saying...
Because I look at them as professionals. How I look. I think they do it to make money.
But let's get deeper. Her real name isn't even Ari Lennox.
What is it?
Her actual name, right? It doesn't... Her Ari Lennox name comes from a movie, right? Called The Secret Garden. Okay. The lady name was Mary Lennox in the movie. So I'm just saying. So you have all these parameters of you talking sex, dealing with sex, and everything else. And now when somebody asks you about sex, you feel offended. That's what I'm saying. Do you think that makes any sense? That's my whole point.
No, that part I don't think make any sense. Because the way you're talking about it, you seem to be educated about it. So why wouldn't you want to educate a person?
No, it's not about education. It's about women artists who are sexually explicit in they lyrics.
Yeah, they giving you education about sex. That's when they putting that stuff down like that, they're educating you.
I didn't say they're teaching you about sex. I didn't say they're showing this is what you do with this is what you do with that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she's bragging on doing this, sucking this, slurping this, doing that, back, forth, all that stuff. I'm saying
that's education.
That ain't education.
Yes, it is. She's educating you.
How's she educating?
Because she's telling you what's going on and how to do it. All she is a movie on stream. That's it.
A movie on stream?
Like she porn, but she did, it's through the music. You know what I mean? It ain't no visual. You know what I'm saying? It's instrumental, but it's still educational. Because if you listen hard enough, she's trying to tell some of y'all dumb what women want. And how to do it. How many of these cats don't know how to please women?
Listen, that's not what she's saying. You ain't listen to the lyrics. So I can't get... Yeah, all right, just...
You said she's saying a whole lot of nasty stuff.
But she's not teaching a daggone thing.
She wants you to get nasty. That's what she's teaching you. She wants you to be nasty.
Okay, so why her interviews... Okay, whatever you talk about, whatever you rhyme about... Right? People going to ask you about that because that's what you talk about in your interviews and your music.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, why would that be an issue? Is what I was saying. And you were kind of going deep on the other end, but that's cool. But that's your opinion, though. And I listen. You have the right to your opinion.
No, because
I was just wondering what you had to say.
I threw some things in there that went over your head.
Nah, it didn't go over my head. I wanted to stay on target.
It was on target.
But this, all right. So let me just flip off. Let's flip off of this because we can go forever with how you thinking about it. I think you missed my point though, but it's cool.
I think
you don't
missed
agree.
My point, but it's cool.
All right. So I think so. Before me even give you my viewpoint on what I'm about to say next, right? You might not know it, but JayZ is suing somebody.
JayZ?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's suing the photographer who did his Reasonable Doubt album.
Why?
Because he says he's putting out these images without his consent.
Oh, okay. Still trying to make money off it.
To get right.
Oh, okay.
And he said this is I was a teenager.
Right.
You exploiting these images on me.
Right.
And you're doing it without consent.
Right.
They tried to come to an agreement.
Right.
And they couldn't come to an agreement, so now they're going to trial. Now they're going to court.
Then now Jay gonna get more money. That's all. You can't. I don't know anybody can hang with his lawyers.
But do you think he's bullying him and picking on him?
No.
But usually now,
I think he's teaching him a lesson. I wouldn't take a dime from him. Jay got like $1 billion. So, but it all depends if he like him or not. I mean, if he's somebody Jay don't like, yeah, sue him, Jay.
But how many photographers have images of you? And here's the thing. So Jay was signed to the label. So we don't know, which is going to come out. We don't know if there was a release agreement for him to take the pictures. And
that's what the lawyer's job is.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So do you think if there's a release agreement that was signed, where Jay signed a release, so you're allowed to use my pictures for this, because you usually got to sign a release agreement to do anything,
right? When
it comes to that,
right?
So if he has a release agreement, do you think Jay can still sue him and still win?
I mean, if it's documents, if it's documentation and paperwork, and you got to go with that. You can't get past that. Like it ain't no around the paperwork. So
I think he's pretty much picking on him. I think he's bullying him. I don't think it's cool.
Why do Jay need to bully a nobody?
That's my point.
Come on.
Let it go. It's stuff on the internet. All these pictures on the internet.
He ain't thinking about that. He just looked at something that, was his work,
But I can Google.
That belonged to him.
I can Google right now and a Reasonable Doubt album cover is going to come up.
Okay.
So why are you upset that this guy is putting it back out?
Is the guy making any capital off?
He probably is. Of course he is.
That's why.
It's probably is. Of course.
Why do you think the government tax us?
He says he's doing it without consent.
It's always without consent until you pay. If you pay, then it's with consent.
All right, so I was trying to get through this and try to keep it moving.
Let's keep
That's
it moving.
That's why I know, but these topics was like boom, boom, boom.
they like that.
With the time,
they like that all the time.
I know. But here's the thing.
What?
There are 7 signs. So this is for the guys, because the guys be getting stuck.
Right.
But I have 2 topics, right? I got 7 signs she's sexually attracted to you.
Right. Pisces.
And I got why women respect you, but still why women reject you. I'm sorry. Why women reject you and still act interested. Right?
Because they want you to work for it.
I know, but I think I'm gonna hit that one later. But we're gonna talk about the 7 signs how you guys know. Because some of you guys won't be knowing. And I guess we came hard on the guys the last couple of shows, so we got to kind of lighten up on them.
I ain't been hard on them.
Oh, I've been hard on them?
If that's the case, you've been hard on me too.
All right, so the seven signs, right?
Right.
And this is what they be talking about on these little chats. I be listening to these women be talking these things. So if y'all don't agree with half of the stuff, just say, I'm telling you this came from the women saying this stuff.
That's it.
I said, 7 signs that, she's sexually attracted to you. They say one sign is they're always looking at your lips.
Oh yeah.
So no matter what, when you're talking, when you're doing things, they're always looking at your lips. What do you think about that?
They do, man.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do agree with that. But they want to do some things with your lips, though, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So we don't know what, but they're turned on or infatuated.
Because some women that say you got cookie lips. Some women look at your lips, you got cookie lips, and it's over from there. It's all right. It's all
right.
Once you make that statement, it's all, you just shoot right in. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of times
you be right on the top.
Because a lot of times you licking your lips, things of that nature.
LL Cool J. All day.
So the second one, he says, she wants to sit next to you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she always find a time wherever you are, you're someplace, she want to sit next to you, and she either touch shoulder to shoulder.
That's because she has a mental connection.
She rub your thigh. No, I'm just saying, this is like, okay, you go to an event, right? And you sit down, and then this person you see, and they come sit next to you.
She aggressive.
And then every time y'all are someplace in the same area, she got to sit next to you.
She's aggressive.
Restaurant, touch,
Yeah, if you ain't picked up on it by now, that's on you.
You
could have been in the end zone.
Well, they just pretty much saying this.
Keep your lane. You're gonna be in the friend zone.
Just to test the waters. They're saying, try to touch her back, touch her thigh, touch her back, just to see what the temperature is, because you
she keep touching me, she gonna get touched.
But hey, listen, I'm just trying to tell you that this is the. The third thing, it says she can't stop touching you and subconsciously, touching you, like, rubbing your beard. I find that funny. Rubbing your beard, playing with your tie, your collar, something like that.
She a freak. Them type is freaks.
But it's like,
she's straight freak.
If she's touched you in that manner, it definitely
especially
means
when they be doing this and she a freak.
This one I'm not really sure, but they said if she smiles at you a lot, if she's always smiling at you, find a way to smile.
Oh, the smile tell everything.
You could be talking about, how to build a house. She's smiling. You can talk about how how the shoes look in the water or the rain. Who cares? But she's smiling. They saying that if she smiles, if she's happy around you all the time,
right.
When she sees you, she's happy, she's laughing, she's smiling. They said she may be sexually attracted to you if that's the case.
There's something behind that smile, bro.
So what do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that because she's smiling for a reason. You don't know what it is,
right?
But trust me, most likely it's good for you.
Yo, this next one is your favorite.
You about to expose me, man?
You exposed yourself already. Trust me. This is not saying I'm exposing you, but you already said it before on the platform. This is your thing.
Oh my God, I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting.
It's obvious, right? If she sends you a sexy video or picture, if she sends you that, then pretty much she definitely may be sexually interested.
I get the videos, man. Some of them videos be, whew.
You just said, you said I expose you. See?
Oh yeah, I love the videos. See? Pics all right, but pics is played out, man.
But so if she sends you that means
that video. Oh,
right?
Man.
She sends you that means
come get it.
She's definitely
come get it. Bring some whipped cream with you.
If she finds reasons to text you all the time for some of the simplest things, she's always. Now the funny thing was they said always commenting on your profile, on your pics and things. Mm-hmm. They said that's another thing. I laughed, but I'm not gonna touch that because I was gonna tell you something funny, but I don't want to expose you, so I'm not gonna say some things. But what do you think about that though? Text. So she keep texting you all the time for no reason.
That means she really like you. That means she really like you. That means you on her mind crazy. You on the front of her mind. Her mind getting ready to crack.
Right.
But she ain't got enough, I guess, confidence to just say what she want. We ain't got to do all that texting. Just tell me what you want. And the obvious one, the last one, is she's flirting all the time. You know what I'm saying? She's flirting, obviously, just so. Now, that's a borderline. Right, but the whole thing is borderline, really. Because all them flirts, man, the whole thing is borderline, but, some flirts, they just want to make sure they get you at the right time. It's an opportunistic thing with them flirts because she could be flirting, but a man could be in the room. Well, but these are the things, guys. If she does these things, these 7 things, she's definitely sexually attracted to you. But test the waters first. Don't test nothing, man. Go at their neck. Go right at her neck. Get it over with quick. Man, we ain't got no time to waste. But listen, chasing this bag. We thank y'all for tuning in. Billionaire Radio, episode 41. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel on Billionaire Radio on YouTube. If you guys like what you like. The plane is landing. You know what I mean? The plane is landing, so we're gonna take it down. This show is sponsored by an outfitforyou.com. How about that? Outfitforyou.com or Michael at outfitforyou.com. On that note, billionaireRadio.com. Billions.